Hi guys, my name is Zin and this is Maybe Bonsai. Welcome back to another episode. This is the Amur Maple that I pruned pretty much last year, actually this year. The last pruning was in March and I didn't do anything to the tree. I just pruned all the branches away last time to develop the trunk, and that was my goal. And this year will be no different. I will still take away pretty much all the branches and continue to build the trunk line. This is a very hardy tree. As you can see, there's snow on top. I left this outside so far. I never brought it in, and there was no need to because this is good to negative 30 plus. So you know, it's very tough. I'm going to prune it now. The last pruning was in March of this year, and I'm going to do it now so that it has more time to kind of recover from the wounds. I'm going to use my cut paste, or more like a cut liquid, because I did see bleeding of the sap in the spring. It didn't affect the tree at all. It still grew nicely. It just, there's sap was coming out, you know, quite a bit of it. So I don't want to kind of do that again, even though it didn't really affect the tree as far as I could tell. But I think it would be better if I can just stop that in general. So yeah, so my goal today is basically just to continue the development of the trunk and make it, you know, thicken it up more and get some taper and movement going to the top. And that's pretty much it, because this is still this is the third year of the tree now. I've had it for just over a year. So that'll be my goal. So yeah, we'll get started with that. So there's currently no front to the tree because it's not really built at all. My plan is to, once the trunk is, I guess, either high enough or thick enough, I'm going to move this into a bonsai soil or repot it. And then from there on, I'll develop all the branches that I need. And hopefully that plan is going to work. I don't know if that's the right way to go or not. But you can clearly see that this growing in a pot, the inner node is quite long. Like this is one node, the next one's over here. That's the previous node, the next one's here. And that's about the same on pretty much all of the branches. Very, very long internodes is all elongated growth. And that's expected, I think, when you're growing the regular soil with, you know, outside rain. And I actually put this on the ground, so some of the roots came out to the ground, so it's a lot of vigor. Which is good for thickening up the trunk, growing the tree, and that's, you know, that's what I wanted, so that's fine, I guess. So I'll start pruning. Pretty much everything has got to go, so I'm not gonna really need to say anything. It's just everything pretty much needs to go. I'm going to take off the long ones first, and then I'll get rid of these more of a studs at the end, stubs. Now, by looking at the tree right now, I would say that this will be my leader as the trunk line comes up. It goes like this, comes up, and I think this one is a bit better. It keeps the informal upright going up. Other choices, I could take this, I guess. And this one leans more towards the other side, which can work as well if I can get a branch on this side, and I'll have my canopy on the top and another branch on this side. So yeah, because I'm still going to build this tree for probably a couple of years, growing the trunk. So I don't think it really matters which one I pick right now. So I think I'll stick with my original choice and my first instinct. So I'll just take everything off. And this is the branch that I left from last year. I left it on because I thought I might keep it, but I don't think that's the case anymore. I don't think I'll keep that. So I'll take this whole thing off, which is quite a big cut. I should have taken this off last year. It would have been better. This wouldn't be this thick, and this would not have a big wound after I take that off. So for my leader, there is a leaf node right here. The next one is up here, so I'm going to take that one for sure. So off this goes. I'm going to put this in my garage afterwards because I don't think it's a good idea to put this outside right away. So yes, I'll put this in the garage, protect it to make sure that everything is good. Anyway, let me just take off all the long branches first. So now I'm going to get rid of all the, pretty much all the branches with a branch cutter. I'll start with this one, back one here. So like I said, I've done this before in March of this year. It was, I guess, just before spring. And there was a lot of bleeding, even though it didn't really matter to the tree, but I think I'll try to avoid that, or at least I want to test it out, that if I prune now, would it still bleed in March, or how much it would bleed in March. So we'll find out. Oh, there goes that one. Almost hit my eye. So this is a big wound. So I would say this is a mistake that I should have taken this off last year and never let it grow any bigger. It would have looked, a bit better with a smaller wound. So now I got this big thing here. Even though this tree will still have a lot of years to go, and it should be healed over by, I don't know how many years down the road, but still, it's kind of ugly. Let me see if I can get this more flush to the tree. Yes, I can. So that's my leader. I'm gonna take this off. See what's the best way to get this. That's my leader. So at the end, I'll just have this one leader and nothing else. It's going to look quite bare, which is the same thing of what happened last year, and everything came back well. So I'm not really worried, but it'll look, very bare, as you can see, just a stick in the pot basically. This is a pruning stuff from last year. Oh my God, it's tough wood. So I guess the dead wood is harder to cut than the live woods. So I'll fix this. It is a bit, scary looking because the tree, from many branches now has come down to basically just the one leader. But it should come back fine. So I'm not too worried because I've done this before and it worked out fine. And the advice from my one of my club members is to, this is what he told me to do basically. And I trust him because he's been doing bonsai for a long time, and he's a horticulturist, so knows a lot more than me, that's for sure. Just trying to clean up some of the pruning marks, just to make things a bit smoother. Yep, so back to a stick in the pot with a lot of pruning marks. I guess that's it for the pruning. You know, it's looks really bare, but I think it should be fine. I'm going to apply the cut paste to just to test out and see if it makes any difference when the spring comes. So this cut paste is really more like a gel or a liquid, more liquidy than a gel, but you know, it works. The first time I used it, I was surprised because everything I see on the YouTube videos, it's all the actual paste. It's like a clay or a Play-Doh, but you know, this is the one I got. So I'll have to use it. There's another roll in the back here. It's yellow right now, but it'll dry clear. So it's not going to look weird or anything. Okay, so that does it. I'm going to move this into the garage now. It's been outside, you know, all winter, but after pruning, I'm going to be safe. Okay, so I'm going to clean up my hands. It's all gooey and stuff, and then I'll show you some of the some of the updates on the indoor trees. So this is the tree that I pruned in the last video. It's only been a week or less, maybe around a week, and there's already new stuff coming out. As you can see, there's new leaves, buds developing. There's this little thing here. So far, nothing over here. I don't know if I'll get anything there, but the tips are starting to go. So yeah, so that worked out well. Really glad to see it recovers. And it should, because I didn't do anything to the roots, but there was a lot of branch removed. And everything else is growing pretty well. This is a cutting I got, cuttings of Crown of Thorns I got from Nigel. And I don't know if they rooted or not, but I've been watering them, you know, every other day or something like that. It's quite dry in the in my house, so you know the soil dries out really fast. This is the bougainvillea that I cut back. This is the new leader. It's just growing really tall, just that one branch. I'm going to let this grow a bit, and then I'll cut it back probably all the way to the first leaf to get more taper. That'll be a slow process, creating the trunk and taper. And this is the Brazilian rain tray that I got from, where was it? Tropical Expressions, that's right. I didn't prune this or touch this, I just watered it. And I can see that it's starting to take off now. It's starting to grow more. There's buds, new branches, leaves, and I can see that the tree is growing. So that's good. I can probably leave it to grow until, you know, either before spring or maybe a month or two before spring, something like that. And then I can cut it back a bit and hopefully it'll take off in the spring. Everything else is growing well. Let me just turn this. These are just the ficus. I think this is the small size leaf, maybe. At least I thought that was a small size, but you know, it's getting a bit bigger than before. So, but everything's growing well. Nothing has died yet. This is the lychee tree that I pruned. It's a little bit worrying that nothing has kind of moved on the tree, because I pruned this back. A lot of the foliage was taken off. This is all the old leaves, and there hasn't been any movement. You know, there's nothing. There's like a little bud over there, but nothing happened. So it's like it's almost staying dormant. And I've been watering with it, so it gets a bit dry, but you know, just nothing's happening with it yet. The Dracaena forest is doing well. All the moss is kind of dried. I can't keep it. It's, you know, it's too dry. This is a spot that's near the window, right? But the ventilation is right there, and the hot air really just dries everything out. This is another thing that I pruned recently, the Natal plum, and it hasn't done much, but finally it's got this new branch coming out where I cut it. It kind of came out, and over here I guess I cut the leaf off and it's coming out there, if that makes sense. I guess it does. I was expecting either that or this, and I guess it came out this way. But the top, I haven't seen any movement. So yeah, nothing is happening to the top, which is okay. I could, you know, this is fine. I've been watering this almost every day. So yeah, this is a vine that Nigel gave me, and it's, you know, it's got a lot of roots. I've been leaving it in water for now. You can see this, it's getting really long now. And this is something new. This is a jade, I think. I forgot the exact name of it. I got it from Nigel. He just gave it to me. It's currently flowering, which is not to my credit. I just left it here and it started to flower. As you can see, I put this on top of the cutting tray because I don't have any more room. I just have to start stacking pretty much. So that's the update. Everything's good. Everything that I have outside is looking alive. So, and everything I have in the garage is doing well in dormancy. So thanks for watching, guys. Merry Christmas, which is past, but Happy New Year. I don't think I'll make another video between now and New Year's. So Happy New Year's, and stay safe. See you next time.